When a family member dies during the coronavirus epidemic, settling his or her Minnesota estate has become more complicated than before the crisis. The Supreme Court has recently adopted steps to try to prevent the spread of the virus, while court proceedings are underway. What's more, among Minnesota's 87 counties, many of them handle probate matters in slightly different ways from other counties. Overall, COVID-19 has slowed probate administration and increased the number of probate procedural steps. Things that once took just weeks to accomplish may now require weeks and may be more difficult to get done. Stay tuned to the end of the video when we will talk about things you can do to help keep your family's probate moving along. However, be sure to consult with a probate attorney before you take any of these steps to avoid legal problems later. Let's look at the coronavirus impact on your family's probate process. 1. The courts, unfortunately, open fewer hours each day. Many of the court personnel have been furloughed, or are working from home. Visiting the courthouse to file or expedite a probate matter may be difficult, or impossible when courthouses are closed or have limited hours or staff. Issues that used to be solved by a quick phone call may now take additional hours or even days to get an answer. That's one cause for delay. 2. When the pandemic hit earlier this year, cases that were filed shortly before that were put on hold or were delayed in order to conform with the Supreme Court's guidelines. This created a logjam of old cases, combined with new probate filings. Added to these factors, the CDC reported that 80% of COVID-19 fatalities are elderly persons, many of whom died prematurely. The elderly are, traditionally, the major subjects of probate proceedings. This has meant more probate cases. 3. Many court proceedings are now done by telephone conference calls or Zoom teleconferencing. As an attorney who has handled hundreds of courtroom proceedings, I can verify that electronic hearings are more cumbersome, and are sometimes harder to get to the truth, especially when witnesses have different versions of what they say are the facts. 4. The additional procedures of the court during the pandemic crisis, unfortunately, make the probate process longer and more complicated than it was before the crisis. This unavoidably makes it more difficult to achieve the judicial goal of making the process user-friendly for the family, beneficiaries and creditors. These 4 trends make it more difficult to keep the process as fast, affordable and worry-free as possible for the family. Here are my recommendations. 1. Retain a probate attorney soon after the death. Now that processes have become more complicated, it's all the more important to hire an experienced probate lawyer. This can save money and time in the short run, as well as in the long run. Even an innocent mistake early in the probate can cause delay in getting the probate settled and can lead to additional expenses. 2. Secure the real estate and other assets. Thieves, or even dissatisfied heirs, may target real estate they know about or have read about in the obituaries. It's a good idea to change the locks and only give access to persons you know are entitled to entry. Notify the decedent's bank to prevent improper draining of the decedent's accounts. Decedent's vehicles usually should be garaged and not driven until titles are properly transferred. 3. If there is real estate that needs to be sold, consult with a realtor about the property value and potential sale processes. If the real estate is solely in the name of a decedent, it will be necessary for the probate court to appoint an executor to sign a listing agreement and deed for sale. Discuss this process with a probate attorney before you sign an agreement with a realtor. 4. Keep track of expenses. If you spend money to file the probate or other payments that preserve the estate, or establish the probate proceeding, you will usually be entitled to be paid out from estate assets. This can become an all-estate investment even if someone else is appointed executor of the estate. Peterson Law Office can help you in your loved one's estate. Feel free to visit us at www.petersonlawoffice.com or call us at 952-888-2400 for a free consultation.